A crash expert tried to prove the man accused of driving drunk and killing a former UofL cheerleader was not behind the wheel.
WDRB's Monica Harkins breaks down today's testimony. Monica?
Gillen Hayden, that crash reconstruction expert, was the first and only witness called by the defense in Bradley Caraway's murder trial that went on today. That expert says the evidence clearly shows him that Caraway was the passenger at the time of the crash.
Was Bradley Caraway the passenger?
It's my opinion that he's the passenger in the vehicle, yes.
The crash happened 7 years ago after 25-year-old Shanae Moorman and then 34-year-old Bradley Caraway were captured on video leaving Gerstels after having drinks. Moorman was pinned under the car during the crash and died. Caraway was found hours later walking on the Gene Snyder about 2 miles away from the crash site. The prosecution argues Caraway was driving drunk, wore a seatbelt, survived the crash, and walked away. Today, the defense called its first and only witness, Henry Cease. He's a former KSB trooper with 20 years experience who now works as a crash reconstruction consultant. Cease says after reviewing all of the LMPD documents and medical forensics, he believes Caraway was in the passenger seat, wasn't wearing a seatbelt, and was ejected from the car first. He believes that at the very end of the rollover crash, then Moorman slipped out of the seatbelt from the driver's seat, which he claims is possible during rollovers. The prosecution, though, recalled its witness from LMPD, who says that's not possible.
Like I said, we work a number of rollover collisions, and they occur weekly here in Louisville, and many times a restrained occupant is still inside of that restraint as that rollover occurs.
Individual is.
If that driver was restrained, that would follow the narrative from the prosecution that Caraway was the driver and wearing a seatbelt. Obviously, a lot of back and forth between those two witnesses. And since the witness testimony is all wrapped up, that happened just about a few hours ago, next we're going to see the closing arguments begin tomorrow morning, and then the jury deliberation begins. And that, of course, it's not clear how long that deliberation will take. Live in Louisville with photojournalist Dave White, Monica Harkins, WDRB News.